I'm a little worried for the Pango. I think Ornov can kind of get off to a good start. And he gets the ball rolling, or, well, the illusory orb rolling in this case, pretty quickly.
Yeah, it could be difficult. I mean, in terms of reliable lockdown, there isn't much. Like, this is pretty skill shot, I would say, lineup from Into the Breach, where you need to hit your spear, you need to land that blast off on multiple people, choosing where to place Tombstone. Not an easy lineup to play. So we'll have to see. Like, someone, like, if Puck overextends, but I feel like this is one of those games where your Puck can end up with like 1-2 deaths total and still be able to own the game completely. Sweden Strong.
Yeah.
He's the one scouting things out. There's one sentry on respect.
RESPECT. Gonna go
60%
for Supreme.
Shield crash.
Well, shield
not
crash.
taking
So
damage.
Omi gonna take a lot of damage there after Supreme stopped taking damage, and Jibbe's gonna get himself that first blood, killing off that Tidehunter. Not exactly what Level Up would have liked, as maybe they're looking to turn around, but there are a lot of heroes here for Into the Breach. And it looks as though they're bringing the Tide back down. All right, I was going to say they're matchup changing, but with Tide coming back towards the bottom lane, yeah, they're TPing up the Medusa.
I'm a little surprised that they decided to go for Pango. Like, he lands, what, three-man shield crash. Suddenly, like, oh, I'm not taking the damage. Any other target would have been... I'm sure you don't want to go for Undying. You don't want to go for Mars, looking at Jibe's build. And
3 gauntlets.
3 gauntlets and the circlet, and now he's bringing in a bracer and a stick. So,
where do you even wear that 3rd gauntlet?
Ooh, a bit of an interesting one. They are going to be playing Monkey into Medusa plus Bounty. I don't think this is a correct way. I don't think Monkey is going to get too much out of it. And what they could do here is potentially like have a tri-lane or just bring Skyreth Mage once or twice through the gates, because the lane's going to be pushed in. He comes Concussive Shot, Blood Grenade, and both of these heroes are melee, so they're going to suffer. I don't think this is the correct way to adjust it. I mean, you picked Monkey, so you should be laning against it into Tidehunter, but yeah, if they get the dub, if they win, we have already one easy question to ask, B-Cup.
Ooh. Did the game
not
feel
we,
good?
this is me. Like, okay,
okay.
writing it down.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Well, the problem is people don't know that little it's kind of like, you know, just it hurts. It hurts a little bit. I end up doing that before like every game. I think this level 2, like this Monkey King Undying combo is meant to dive level 2, right?
Yeah, as soon
like,
as you hit that
idea.
level 2, a problem is like you have Tree Dance, you have Boundless Strike, so you don't have that Jingu. If they can get on top of Medusa, they could potentially score a kill. Respect. Playing against Sweden Strong. Sweden Strong thinking about getting in. Has Blood Grenade, Fairy Fire.
He would definitely die immediately.
Snake.
Give up 75 of that 100 health to throw that Blood Grenade. Ooh, Sentry. Now it's got to come down. Boundless Strike, Primal Spring, down on the ground, and there's the kill. Nande getting that one, and Sweden Strong's going to come back full health, full mana. Didn't use the Blood Grenade, so he's going to be able to hold that and maybe get respect if he doesn't sacrifice himself to a tower.
Tidehunter will farm in this lane. Like, sure, they are harassing him at the start, but as soon as he gets to his, like, one big item, one ring of health, he's going to be more than fine. Very difficult. Like, sure, you have like magic damage from Spear, but I don't think that's enough to kill a tanky boy like Tide. And look at Merlin.
Blood Grenade
down to what, 50
Does he
HP?
have it?
They need another one.
Yeah, he's got it there. All right, Milan gets the kill through the Blood Grenade, takes him out, and now also picks up the Healing Lotus too. So that's always nice to grab. 125 health and mana. That feels like a lot at the beginning of the game. Like
it's like you see
it's so
someone
important.
having stick, having Healing Lotus, like Raindrop. It's not enough to go through this tankiness. Looking at the mid lane, Supreme doing really well on Pango. He's 20 and 3 against 16 and 2 on Puck. So might hit level 6 faster, which is not that big of a deal for like this particular matchup, but with an extra rotation, try to put some pressure on Lorinov to maybe misuse his abilities, and then you can try to get like a kill.
Yeah, but it would have to be where Lorinov gets bounced on the steps, right? Because you don't really have a lot of lockdown in this lineup. You have the skill shot of the spear, you have Rolling Thunder, Boundless Strike, but like, and technically Blast Off, but I just don't see it as good enough lockdown for the puck at times. Like as the game gets later.
Yeah, it's very difficult, and they did manage to steal that Bounty Rune from Supreme, so he's kind of forced to go into enemy jungle and pick up Bounty Rune.
Or the other one, yeah. So that'll give a little bit of secured experience and CS here to Lorinov, which is always nice.
On me. Just got handed Healing Lotus from Milan. They don't want him to die in this scenario until he picks up that Ring of Health.
He's got the
Glyph, they're diving underneath the tower. Tombstone.
Yeah, that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to throw the Tombstone down and go for this, but it's only seeing Sweet and Strong, which is, well, kind of worth it for Sweet and Strong grabbing 125 gold there. That's not the worst thing in the world. Omi gets chased over bottom as well. With the sticky bomb and a right click, they'll get the kill into the Tide Hunter, and all of a sudden into the breach, they've got themselves a 1k lead, but Milan chasing, looking for Jibe. Won't be able to get that kill.
They used this opportunity. Milan was missing from the lane, was in triangle stacking, so they immediately go into Tide Hunter, who was relatively low on HP, there's constant harassment, and they will refill bottle on a mid lane. Supreme.
I think they're thinking about getting that stun too on a Supreme and going.
Not the easiest one to execute.
Yeah. Close to the tower, now level 6. Like, Bounty, if you go, you're asking for death. And Merlin being on the other side near the secret shop, he was asking for it as well and ends up dying to Own Me, which, you know, to get something back. And he's trying to block these stacks from being made from the Medusa, which, you know, are getting pretty big. So
he managed to get Ops killed while he was doing so. He tried to block it, but he was in the center range, so got some extra free gold. I don't think that was his intention. A bit of an unconventional ward near the secret shop on Dire's side was placed by Milan, and it got killed. And now this lays Nande in 1 versus 1 scenario against Medusa. 3 points in Jingu. He's more than fine. Getting on top of Medusa. Like, Bounty can't really trade right now. So I want to see Scarlet Mage making a rotation to the top with one more hit. Yeah, he might just die
just
here.
Dead? He didn't have Shadow Walk. He kind of walked into Nande, and then that became an issue. I didn't think he was going to go this way either, because there is...
He didn't have Shadow Walk, but
then
walked
he
in. Yeah.
Yeah. Shadow Walk. Yeah. Wait. You didn't have Shadow... You're killing my grammar. I have...
No, how did he walk in if he didn't have Shadow Walk?
I just envisioned. It was on cooldown, and then he was getting...
I'm just kidding.
I'm so confused. No,
Sticky
neutral!
bomb?
Wow! And the sticky bomb kill. And then Sweet and Strong also dies going for this Wisdom Rune. They committed the Tombstone, and they get the Wisdom Rune for the side of Into the Breach. That did not work out for level up.
No, not too bad. Mars is going to be level 6. So as soon as Skyret Mage shows up to this bottom lane, there's potentially a solo kill coming out from Mars. I want to see him TP top and maybe make a move onto this Monkey King.
Yeah, Nande's kind of having a free lane right now, isn't he?
Yeah, another refill from Milan. Gonna run to the top lane.
Is Warnoff going with him? He's level 6. Yeah, he's... no, he's not. All right, he looked that way for a second.
Oh, we've seen this time and time again. Monkey King going through the gates, going for the kill immediately on the opposite side of the map. One of the better heroes to rotate with.
1200 health.
Arena.
Well, they've got the arena. He wants to avoid it, and the spear will land at the end of the arena. That's well placed, but Omi's soaking up a lot of this damage. It's taken a long time for them to kill him. Space kind of created, but eventually he does end up dead, and so does Sweet and Strong. This is a fight over mid that was pre-Rolling Thunder, and they want to get themselves Milan, which the Rolling Thunder will hit. The swashbuckles there, and he gets a bottled shield rune. As Lorinov gets chased off the lane. This is probably the worst start we've seen Level Up have.
Yeah, pretty much. Into the Breach, off to a great start in this one. Supreme is farming really well. I think in this scenario, I can see that he's sending the courier to the secret shop to buy this energy booster, but I feel like you could go for immediate Diffusal Blade and threaten an earlier kill on Medusa. Only now farming that triangle where Milan was very busy and was stacking those camps. Oh, 2 supports, very reliable on levels, on side of level up.
Are very low.
Yeah, level 3 and level 4 on Sky, 9 minutes into the game. Like, Undying doesn't care too much about levels, but these 2 heroes, they kind of do.
Well, Undying is level 5, and so is the Techies. Like, the support difference is massive at the moment. And those 6s are probably going to be hit for Into the Breach first, which, I mean, Flesh Golem and Proxy Mines aren't exactly like the most insane 6. But when you're behind like this, you do want Bounty to hit that 6 as quickly as possible so you can take advantage of the track, and you don't want to be this far behind. Ancient Seal, Ravage used, the Hawk comes in, trying to get a kill on Anande, who's got the Jingu. He's working through this. The Blast-Off comes in, but he'll start to focus the Tombstone. Swashbuckle gets the kill into Own Me. Now they're looking at the Rolling Thunder. The Sticky Bomb's down into Hawk. They've got the Rolling Thunder to land on Milan. They'll get the kill into the Skywrath Mage. They are finding nothing on the side of Level Up.
Oh, this is big. These are some big moves. Forcing the Ravage, not getting a single kill. Also not committing with Arena. So they're going to have that more enough.
Sweet and strong too. Gets invis and will have space to move. There's no vision on him. Dahak's trying to secure the Ancient stack. But you see the Swashbuckle, it's not making life easy. Concussive shot. And now they've got the Shadow Walk stun. Blast Off comes in, blows up Sweet and Strong, and now they'll go after Merlin. They'll get the kill there onto the Techies, but Nande's in. Dahak's in trouble. They're going to chase him down. Boundless Strike on a Lornoff. They get the kill on him on. They're still going to look for the puck. Another Decay lands, and Nande still chasing. Goes up into the trees. Waning Rift to stop the Primal Spring down, but okay, one hit.
That damage.
How much did that damage do?
Duelist gloves.
And now they're getting the whole Ancient stack.
4 points in Jingu. This is massive. Into the Breach. They came here to play today. Not stopping. Like, constant fighting going on. Exactly what they need to do. Like, you want to see Tide. You want to see Medusa getting, like, 5-10 minutes of free farm. And Merlin will TP mid. Refill the bottle one more time on Supreme. Who's going to hit insanely good timing on the Diffusal Blade. Just 300 gold away. As soon as his courier responds, it's pretty much going to be there.
Man, 4,000 net worth lead at 14-3. Like, you don't even have 6 on Bounty. He's nowhere near that 6, and neither is the Skywrath, which, you know, in these last fights, like, that Mystic Flare damage is super significant, especially when Nande gets out with a sliver of health.
I was about to say the same thing. Like, they needed that level 6. They needed, like, extra point in Junata 2 times for some extra damage, some extra... Just like any kind of like level that they had. Another point in Silence. More enough. Still doesn't feel too comfortable getting in.
Flesh Golem.
Because they're very tanky. Merlin.
Blast Off just missing. Now they've got the Ancient Seal. The damage is quite lacking, and they still have respect over to the side, throwing out these decays. They don't want to pressure too much. They don't know where everybody is. Placing knobs to see if these stacks are being made again. That's kind of a big deal here. Rolling Thunder again. Going after Milan, who is not having fun in this game. He is 1-5-2 and still begging for that level 6.
The question is, where do you get it? If they misuse Coil and Ravage, like Stone Gaze, Into the Breach is going to punish that. Even without Rolling Thunder or the Arena, they can still take these fights. Jibe, like, this is a type of a game where if Mars is off to a good start, he can really dominate. And now we're seeing this Mars with Blink Dagger, who's roaming around, trying to get something done. Sweet and Strong. Let's see if he stuns him. Ah! Didn't time it right.
From me. He's got Ravage, but with Diffusal already here, well, there goes the mana, and there goes the life. This is a slaughter so far. Dahak's doing okay. It's 1,000 gold behind Nande. He's starting to get to that Manta. He's hoping he can get there. And now you finally have level 6 on Bounty Hunter. But big issues arise when you've got yourself so far behind, when you're relying a little bit on this trap, because
you can see the
you don't get kills.
Also TPing here. They want to contest this 14-minute rune. They know exactly where Into the Breach is at the moment, so...
Still no Mystic Flare, though.
Sweet and Strong's on the other side of the map. He wants to pick up
Roxy,
that XP rune,
Dream Coil,
and they punish.
Ancient Seal, and there's the Wukong's. Omi doesn't even get the Ravage off. Tahak's out of mana. He's already dead. They'll get the kill on Milan, and this is all falling apart.
They needed, they needed that Ravage to go off. In every single fight, they lack a little bit of a level. They lack extra hero. They didn't use this ability, so they're just not fighting. Like, you see Monkey popping that Wukong's command. They can easily burst them. With Arena of the Blood plus Wukong's, it's always going to be extremely strong. Coming out from Into the Breach, and now they're farming again in the enemy triangle, so stealing some of these cams from the Hawk so he can't get close. So he needs to find another place to farm. Right now, doesn't have a TP, is walking from the base.
Sweet and Strong did steal the other Wisdom Rune, but they just got so much experience off of that fight on the side of Into the Breach. So it's not a big deal for them. I don't think Manta is going to be the game changer that they want it to be. They're trying to get a mech here on Omi, but like, again, that's so far behind. He's only got 1,100 more gold than Merlin does on this Techies. And Techies can farm pretty well. Finally, they have level 6 on Skywrath Mage after picking up both those Wisdom Runes. So they do have Mystic Flare available, but behind 9,000 net worth, I don't know if that first level damage is going to be enough.
They need to sync up with 3 heroes to be able to get some big kills. So it needs to be Skyrat, Bounty plus Puck, because other 2 heroes on their side want to farm. And look at Dota plus win probability, 66% for Into the Breach. I would even say this is much higher, but then again, this is where Medusa factor kicks in, and a bit of a interesting choice here from Nande, going into the Fusel Blade after
get some track. Yep. And you can see immediately 8k, 7k. Jibba comes in with the blink, looking for something. They've also got Respect nearby and Supreme, so they need to get under this tower and be safe. But Sweet and Strong, he's got himself track available if he wants to throw it on these heroes and get them some information. It's a little bit tough, though. They've got the sentry down, ready for him to move up.
Level up will need
another
to
sentry
dodge
down.
some of these fights. I don't think they can match the team fight that they have right now, and Into the Breach, they just seem too strong. Another Diffusal Blade picked up by Nande. Medusa's mana is gonna crumble, so they need to dodge. They need to go away. There's still Tidehunter in this bottom lane. I don't think you can win this one. It's just way too much damage. Arena into Wukong's, into Rolling Thunder. And looking at the item build on Supreme, going straight into BKB, I gotta say I like it. Against Puck, against Skywrath Mage, they're gonna catch
Arena down, and Onmi, who is just trying to get back into this game, is being owned a little bit.
Well, that's one way to come back into the game. Wait for 30 seconds, and you'll be right back.
I will say that they gave up the tier 1 tower. That was the right move, but now they've got to be able to hope that they can secure.
There's another one that they could potentially get.
Yeah, more track gold if they can grab him. And there's the Shadow Walk with the Mystic Flare. And you see, this is the combo they wanted, but now it's up against the wall where they're so far behind.
This is the combo they want to use on bigger target, blow up Pango before that BKB.
Yep.
Maybe Mars as well, pre-BKB. But every kill that they get, it's a good one for them. Some extra gold from the track, also relieving pressure from Medusa and your Tidehunter. Now Medusa going into Butterfly. She's gonna need so many items this game, because you need both Break, I would say. You need Silver Edge. You also need Scotty against Monkey King. And this Butterfly that you're building into.
Right. That being said, I think they're doing a pretty good job of starting to slow the game down and give Dahak that space, right?
Yeah. The thing about Pango is he doesn't care about your Butterfly at all. Swashbuckle. Holding on to Lance of Pursuit. So, we've seen Lance of Pursuit, Pango, Diffusal is just 2-shotting supports.
two-shotting Lornoff.
Larnov has been kind of quiet. I mean, a bit of a
He's
rough
getting there,
start.
though.
He is in the middle of the pack in terms of net worth, trying to farm up as much as he can. They need to cut the creep waves, go for career kills with bounty. I think just delay the game as much as they can, because right now they can't seem to be taking the fights. And into the breach, we'll have really strong timing with 3 BKBs online. This is where they're going to threaten Roshan as well. We're like, well, you either go and lose a team fight, or we take Roshan with no commitment from your side.
It's hard to count level up out. They've had comebacks like this before.
They did. It's also like Medusa, Bounty. All it takes is 2 good fights to come
And you're
back into
back
the
in.
game. But this one is not as easy.
Even one by Roche, I would say, puts you back in the game. So many arcane boots. Right, like you win a fight, you grab yourself the Aegis on Dahak. I think you're right back in the game off 1 fight. But if you don't have Aegis, then 2 fights, yeah, definitely. They need to find these pickoffs again, though. Continue to throw down these Mystic Flares. Use this track to get some extra gold in their pocket.
Someone needs to be across the river. Tidehunter, farming these outer circles, Bounty, trying to farm. Try to find these couriers placed like deep observer. They're gonna smoke up and look for a pickoff. As soon as this is a big one, if Nande shows, he's right underneath the vision. There's a
And he's gonna show. They've got him with the Waiting Rift. The Dream Coil's down. The Mystic Flare comes in, and they'll get this kill on Anande. That's big. That's 600 gold going to Lornoff with track, and 500 to Milan and Swedenstrong.
That's massive. These are exactly
Blast
type
off
of the hero.
Swashbuckle. Phase shifting, trying to get away from the proxy mines. Milan goes for the TP out, and he'll just be able to do so.
He even
Also-
Milan was swapping his items. He swapped in Thunderstoy, which got him out of the trouble because he was holding on to Philosopher. He's definitely dead there.
Right. I was going to say, by the way, Own Me, he wanted to finish off Guardian Greaves, has swapped this to a Blink Dagger, feeling the need to get this Blink, and there's another Wisdom Rune stolen. So big experience coming in. Like, this is significant experience where now the experience deficit is pretty negligible.
Yeah. Bounty level 11, Undying level 10. And then you have
Nande again.
Level 10 right now. Plus Scarlet Mage level 11. Yeah, those XP runes.
They're stacking up.
Yeah, you gotta like TP. It's really not a waste if you TP to tier 2 tower and just pick it up. Again, there's observer wards cutting them out, going into this Roach pit. With Blink Dagger, Ravage, I could see them potentially contesting it, but seems like drawing on a minimap. They're saying, let's try to get another pickoff, farm the mid lane, farm the top lane, get this Butterfly on Medusa, and then play from there.
I think you'd be a lot happier if you find yourself your next item and don't lose this fight over bottom. You get your Guardian Greaves because he went for that Blink Dagger. And then you've got that sustainability, right? 4 staff save from Swedenstrong. Instead of taking this fight when you're not completely ready, waiting for those next items is going to be a good feeling, right?
Looking at GPM. Monka GPM from Monkey King, 610 already. This is Battle Fury Monkey we were talking about, not the usual build. Ame did love to go for
Battle
this
Fury
build
Axe.
when he was, Battle Fury Axe. That was his kind of niche build he invented. There's going to be BKB available on Monkey, 1 available on Pango already, and 1 on Mars. So into the breach, this is the strong time we talked about. Good thing for level up is they managed to keep this steady 8k gold lead in the last like 5, maybe even 10 minutes after losing the laning stage really bad.
They're coming around again. If they, well, now if Nande catches them, they've got an obs that sees every single one of these heroes. Dust used, Swedenstrong gonna use those drums to try and get away, but knows there's no chance. The vision that was about to run out in 10 seconds, that obs, giving them everything they needed in the information to go for that. Shield Rune is available on Lornoff. pass it over to Medusa, give him 200 health.
Yeah, the big meme.
Arena, BKB showing it off to Hawks here. Rolling Thunder comes in. They're trying to get the kill on Milan, but they've used this Stone Gate. So Milan's surviving for now. He'll eventually die to Supreme on the backlines. The Ancient Seal, the blast off that comes through. Onto the Hawk, but they've got the Dream Coil. Do they have anything to follow it up to? Hawk's trying to run, but the BKB is popped. The Ravage is too late. They take up the Aegis. They look over at Merlin. The Spear is down. The Ancient Seal onto the Mars is not enough. They'll chase down Omi with the Diffusal, the Inhibit. They're slowing him up. They'll pop that mech. The Boundless Strike for 1100 will get that kill as Nande pops the BKB. And these timings are just too good.
Yeah, 3 BKB timing plus Aegis. It's maybe this Ravage comes in faster. Like, they also don't have any save items yet on level up. There's Medallion, which is really insignificant for this stage of the game against Monkey. So you see how fast Medusa mana is gone.
Yeah.
2 swashbuckles, a couple of hits from Monkey King. Still not enough, and now going immediately into BKB. He's like, screw that, I don't want to get my mana burn. Before it even worked, like the previously swashbuckle diffusal like worked through BKB. Now it doesn't anymore.
Man, this is a really great game from Into the Breach. Jibbe has been very patient on these arenas as well.
It doesn't necessarily need to go in first. They can try to set things up, like with Nande showing up, using the Fusel Blade. That's going to be full disperser now, so can remove.
Oh boy.
Some of these silencers can be slowed down.
That's scary. So obviously Medusa lineups, you like to turtle when you need to, if you can, but
yeah, just turtle, bros.
Yeah,
just become a turtle.
Source, trust me. Just trust me, bro. 4-man smoke, and oh, they do have some vision here thanks to Supreme. And Supreme is looking at Warnoff, who doesn't exactly have a lot of mana, but walks away with that haste. And the chase is on. They want to get these kills. They've got Nande, who's granting them some vision. To Hawk is under an obs right now. Boundless Strike lands on 2. You look at Milan, who just absolutely has everything wasted. He's outside the arena. They go to the Wukong. It's in this interesting spot. Turns him to stone. The mana's going away. Here comes the Rolling Thunder. There's nobody here to help him. And they're going to take the Tormentor, too.
That's big. This is the one. This is the one we talked about.
Shard.
Saving Shard on Tombstone. Allows you to bunker inside. But speaking of bunkering, Medusa kind of bunkered herself into this corner, which she couldn't get out. Nicely placed arena.
Basically outside the arena, but in the arena.
Yeah. Maybe even better than being inside of the arena.
Seriously. So Doc was farming at a good pace, but has died back to back here, where that has completely stopped. They do have level 2 on the track, so the self gold bonus for the bounty hunter, if they get any more kills than 6, which is something we talked about earlier, would be nice. But the ally bonus gold of 80 isn't exactly a big boost, but it's always nice.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We talked about how just track, when you're too far behind, you just don't get kills, and it doesn't do anything. It feels like a spell that has 0 impact.
Pretty much. I think Sweden Strong needs to place against some deep vision, go behind enemy lines, kill the couriers, maybe die. There was this one game, E.G. Matthew, he was playing Ricky, I believe, when Ricky was still a thing with his sleeping dart. It was a couple of months ago. And he broke some record in terms of how many couriers he managed to snipe. Try to prolong the game. I think that's just the story of this game for level up.
Trust me, bro. Medusa? The Hawk? Hello, that tier 3 token? Okay.
is under attack.
I guess they're not going to pick that up. Milan just pinged it. Doc's like, pick this up for me.
And pick up a bounty while you're at it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So they'll take that mid tier too. What does Lornoff need to have impact? He's going for Shard and Octarine.
It's still too early for him to like deal some explosive damage. If this puck gets somehow like 5-6 slotted where you upgrade your Witchblade into Revenant's Brooch, you can deal damage to Monkey inside Wukong's. You don't care about his armor. You pierce through evasion, which is gonna be nice considering that Monkey is going into Butterfly. So like if you have Overwhelming Blink, Octarine, Shard, maybe upgraded Witchblade, your Medusa has 5 items. Even with like 20k gold deficit, they can still take the fights.
So BKB finish for Dahak. We'll see how much that's worth for the team. If they can fight through with that now. Still very dangerous. You have to kind of bait the BKBs of Into the Breach, but in the last fight, they did a very good job of not popping them together, right? So it wasn't just an all-out brawl for 9 seconds and go. It was Nande starts, he pops his BKB, or, well, Jibe was the first one. He goes in, pops the arena, has his BKB, then they had Nande, then they had Supreme. And each one having their fair share of time to get whatever they wanted done.
Setting up for
Scan
Roche,
hit.
going through these twin gates. Monkey King will join with the rest of the team for now, farming in this outer ring. Maybe if they can get a catch before Monkey joins, that's a big one.
They need to kill him, though. He gets invis. There's the Rolling Thunder. There's the arena. The BKB being popped by Dahak. They need the Monkey King to come in. He's going to TP over. Milan's already caught. Here's the TP in from Nande. And they've got Merlin low. They'll get the kill there, but Jimmy takes out Milan. Boundless Strike lands on a Lornoff. He's just dead. Buyback used by the techies. They'll go to the Ravage, but BKBs are used,
nothing.
so it hits absolutely nothing. And now Dahak's got to fight here. No BKB. Sweet and Strong's dead, and so will Dahak. He'll fall. There's no mana. There's no chance he survives here.
Phew, that's I don't think you're gonna ask for anything better. Your Medusa has double damage, deals like 6,000 damage, but the rest of the team doesn't manage to do pretty much anything. These numbers are very insignificant. This is like one combo from Puck, and again, Diffusal Blade, your BKB is down. Your mana is just completely gone in a matter of seconds. Ravage also didn't connect onto anybody. Sure, you kill Merlin, who buys back, and you can see the power of Mars against Medusa. Like, you're gonna see Dahak trying to go onto Jibe, but he held his ground. Look at him, receiving 0 damage from the front. It's like, dude, you're just wasting time. Don't focus me. My team's gonna clean up afterwards.
Omi throws this Ravage from so far away. I just don't know if he ever expected that to hit. Like, there's so much time to react.
Even if he hits that Ravage, maybe they get 1 extra kill. Probably they don't.
I thought it maybe could have come in earlier. Oh, Sweet and Strong trying with that Quelling Blade to chop down the tree of Nande, and they've got a sentry down this time, so fool him once, maybe. Well, 2 times, there's no way that's gonna happen. Picks up the shard, so has the Tendrils of the Deep.
Disperser immediately removes Gush, slow removes Track as well, and now onto the high ground. Supreme holding on to Chief. He's very tanky. He gets like 2-man shield crash. He cannot be bursted. It's very, very difficult. Has a BKB, has cheese. So he can play this like in your face type of a game. Spear hits.
Warnoff's trying to do what you want him to do, and he's cutting the wave. Oh, good Tendrils of the Deep. That hit 4. That might help Dahak get out. BKB, no mana though. Rolling Thunder sticking on him. They want to get this kill on Dahak, but the BKB allows him to get all the way back. Oh, the arena, the spear. Oh,
the swash.
So close, but so far. Oh, no.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well,
Dire's bottom
Waning Rift in, that's with the shard, so it does have that extra damage and that pushback.
Dire's bottom barracks.
Shadow Barracks already gone, holding the Aegis for another almost full 3 minutes. Gonna start working on the next set as soon as possible. Disperser. What an item. I do like this. This is Diffusal 2 upgrade, but a better version.
Has fallen.
Right.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle
Oh, gosh. So 25,000. If there's one team to do it, or to be able to do it, I would say it's level up. However, Nande is just out of control.
If there's one team who can do it, that's definitely level up, but not in this game. It definitely feels like it. Into the Breach, they're not making mistakes.
No, not at all.
How many cores did they kill? I think this is something we do talk often when level up is playing. A lot of their cores in a games that they're winning are not dying. They killed Nande once. That's it.
If they kill him again, though, he's money in the bank. Definitely.
6 deaths on Merlin. The rest having 0 or 1
between them.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because one of those deaths for Merlin was to neutrals.
Yes.
That was when they were going for the Wisdom Rune. And yeah. He killed himself to neutrals, and then he got the kill afterwards with his sticky bomb. Blink, Ravage, Mystic Flare by the BKB. Don't get it. Tendrils of the Deep. There's another BKB. This fight's going poorly already. Their big ticket items are already spent, and they got nothing out of it. You can try and use your tickets to get the little army men, but it's not going to work out.
That's it.
It all falls apart. Jahak ends up dead. He doesn't have buyback. They use everything. They call GG, and that is Into the Breach taking game number 1.
is under attack.
Ooh. Into the Breach really showing strong. Like, where was, like, they had some good performances